Hello and welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating with us this evening. We have some fantastic schools that are here with us today for this event. My name is Jennifer and I am your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements for you. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can, though, use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can put in a question for all of our representatives to answer about their programs, or you can direct your questions to a specific presenter by including the name of their school with your question. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening for Pennsylvania students. We hope that you have already signed up for more, and it's not too late for you to check the schedule and join us for those upcoming sessions. You can check that out on the same website where you registered for this session. And this presentation is being recorded, as are all of the presentations. And you'll find them at that same website for registration. You can see that on the screen. It's strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. I'm really excited to turn it over to our first school today. We're going to be hearing from the University of British Columbia.
All right, hello everyone. Just share my screen here for a sec. Hi, my name is Chris Weber. I'm UBC's regional representative here in the US. I'm actually based in New York, so I'm really close to you. My pronouns are he, him, and let's get started. Now, before I even tell you about all the opportunities at UBC, I first want to respectfully acknowledge the traditions and customs of the Seal Okanagan people in whose territory UBC's Okanagan campus is situated. And I'd like to acknowledge that UBC's Vancouver campus is located on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. We do land acknowledgements a lot at UBC before every event and every presentation as a reminder to improve relationships between nations and improve our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. So I'd like to acknowledge the original caretakers of the lands where you're joining us from as well. So at UBC, I think you will find a unique balance of academic excellence, ideal locations, and active learning opportunities. Now, I'm going to touch on each of these right now, and I'll start out with academic excellence. And I think this is the toughest one to talk about because we tend to want to quantify things and throw in numbers. And really, we know we don't make decisions based on rankings alone, right? So if we do think about it for a moment, though, I think that there are over 25,000 universities in the world, and UBC is among the top 40 research institutions or the top 20 public institutions in the world. So many of our departments are so highly ranked. That's all well and good, but I think there are other facts about UBC that are more important and tell a story of who we are. For instance, we're considered a world leader in terms of sustainability and combating climate change. We're well on our way to eliminating our carbon emissions despite having a larger campus in terms of both students and buildings. Another really important part of who we are is multicultural diversity. We're the most international university in North America with over 18,000 international students from 166 countries. But these are all high-level numbers, and we should talk a little more tangibly about where you'll be, because if you're going to spend 4 or 5 years in a country, you want to make sure you're happy. So let's start out with Canada. Canada is considered the #1 country in the world for quality of life. It's a very welcoming, inclusive country that really prioritizes healthcare, both physical and mental. But we also invest more in our universities than almost any other country in the world, meaning the cost comes right down while the quality goes up. And international students who graduate from a Canadian institution get a 3-year work permit. So you can use those connections you've made, use those resources you've had access to really start your careers. Now, UBC specifically, we're in the west of Canada in British Columbia, and we actually have 2 campuses. The degree is the same. The areas of study are pretty much the same. The experience is very different. So I'm going to talk a little bit about each of these. So our Okanagan campus is a mid-sized campus of 10,500 undergraduate students in a city of 200,000 people. So this is a smaller campus. It's more close-knit. And here you get all 4 seasons, cold, snowy winters, and hot, hot summers. But an hour's flight away, or a 4-hour drive, you get to the Vancouver campus. Now, this is a campus of 46,000 undergraduate students. It's a big place. This is in a city of 2.5 million people with rainy winters and warm summers. So we even have different weather between our campuses. Now, whichever one you choose, you have real access to active learning opportunities, which is a very important part of education at UBC. So I'll touch on what this means right now. It could be research at the undergraduate level. It's not just for master's and PhD students. We have over $500 million in research funding every year. We have thousands of projects going on. You could even do research in a field you're not majoring in. We also are very big fans of work experience. Now, I specifically want to tell you about co-op. If you're not familiar with cooperative education, that's where you alternate a semester of work with a semester of study. So you don't have to juggle essays and exams and going to class with work. Now, all co-op positions are paid, they're relevant to what you're studying, they're mentored by someone in the field. It's a really good way to get real life work experience and meet employers. 90% of our co-op students do get a job offer within a month of graduating because it's that valuable. Now, maybe this is all very intense. I'm telling you about research and work and you just want to have some fun, and that's cool too. We do have more varsity titles than anyone in Canada. We actually had 5 Olympic medals in Tokyo from the UBC community. And we also have the largest intramural sports program in Canada. So any kind of sport, any level of competition, whatever makes sense to you. And then we also have over 400 student-run clubs. If you're not necessarily thinking about sports, these can be academic, social justice-oriented, cultural, or just fun ones like the Magicians and Illusionists Club. Finding these communities is a great way of making a large experience feel smaller. And then finally, if going to Canada isn't international enough for you, we do have over 200 study abroad partners in about 45 different countries. So with the academic excellence of a top 40 institution, with over 260 majors, ideal locations in 2 very different environments, and all the active learning opportunities where you can pick and choose what you're interested in, I think this is a pretty good way to find the right fit for you. I'll also point out, this is a friendly Canadian price tag attached to it as well. So, that's always positive. So I do encourage you to find us online. You know all about social media. I'm just an old man. So please find us online, and I'd love to hear from you eventually. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Chris, for sharing the University of British Columbia with us and for starting us off today. We're off to our next school. The second school today is going to be Point Park University.
Right. I'm just going to share my screen really quick. All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Carolyn Farrick. My pronouns are she, her, and I am a freshman admissions counselor at Point Park University. So this first slide just has a quote from one of our previous business management majors, Rihanna, and she just talks about why she chose Point Park. So she said she chose Point Park because of its location. Having large corporations and organizations right near campus provides so many internship and job opportunities, and she also loved the city atmosphere. So for Point Park, we are a private university located in the heart of downtown Pittsburgh. We have a strong focus on experiential learning in the classroom because we are very career-ready focused. So what experiential learning means is you're not going to come into a classroom and sit down and be lectured at for an hour and 15 minutes. You will be working on hands-on projects. You'll be interacting with your professors, interacting with your other classmates, and they try and make the classroom feel as much as the workforce as they can, so you have an easier time transitioning once you get a job. Just some student demographics. We mainly bring in undergraduate students, which most of our students, 3,200 of our students are undergraduate students, but we do have about 900 master's and doctoral students as well. We have 5 main schools. So we have our School of Arts and Sciences, our Roland School of Business, the School of Communication, School of Education, and our Conservatory for Performing Arts. And within those 5 schools, you'll find over 70 bachelor's degrees, and then we offer over 20 master's degrees. Our students come from all 50 states across the country, and then we represent over 34 countries across the world. All right, so we have a quote here from Allison, who was a media relations intern for the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Pittsburgh Pirates. So those are 2 sports teams in the city of Pittsburgh. We also are located very closely to Heinz Field, where the Pittsburgh Steelers play. So those are some common areas where our students will go to find internships. We're located next to a number of museums. We're located next to BYN Mellon, PNC Financial, the Allegheny County Medical Examiner's Office. So there's tons of internship opportunities available for our students. We also offer what is called a cooperative education program. This essentially gives students the opportunity to get paid full-time working experience while still being a junior or senior in college. So it's really nice so students can get a foot in the door with a company, get some resume experience, make a little extra money, and then they can also earn 6 college credits per placement. For living on our campus, you're not required to live on campus at any point. However, if you would like to live on campus all 4 years, you're more than welcome to. All of our dorm buildings will have multiple points of secure access, and then you will get free cable TV, free laundry, and free Wi-Fi. We do offer over 50 active student clubs on campus. Those will range from academic-based, interest-based. We also offer community service-based clubs. If you don't find a club that interests you, you're able to start your own. We also offer what is called an interactive online student life calendar. So that helps our students stay up to date with what activities are occurring on campus. So if students want to get involved or go to a sporting event, that is available on our website and it updates students constantly. We do have a number of additional resources on our campus. We offer our Center for Student Success, which houses all academic advisors. We offer commuter resources, so if students commute, there are lounges available for them on campus. We have our own Point Park Police Department located on campus, and we also have our Student Health Center and our University Counseling Center. We do offer 18 different NIAI Division II varsity sports. So if you are interested in playing sports, we offer a number of different options. And if you are recruited, you do have the opportunity to get athletic scholarships. We do offer study abroad programs. We have 3 main partnerships in England, Italy, or Spain. However, if you'd like to set up a study abroad program outside of those areas, we can make that happen. And we also offer international trips with faculty members that only last about a week and they take place over winter, summer, spring break. All right, so to touch a little bit on financial aid, whenever you submit an application to Point Park University, you're going to automatically be considered for a merit scholarship of anywhere between $12,000 and $22,000. This is a renewable award, so it is something you are awarded at the time of acceptance, and you will get that across all 4 years. So that is, a nice way to start your acceptance is already being awarded some additional aid. If you're going to be enrolling in our Conservatory of Performing Arts, we have a different scholarship scale. It is going to be based off of your artistic audition, and those scholarships will range anywhere from $5,000 to $28,000. Same thing, it's going to be a renewable award. You'll get it all 4 years. And then also you can be considered for our Dean's Academic Award, and that will range from $5,000 to $8,000 a year. To touch a little bit on our application process, we do rolling admissions, so we'll accept applications at any point. Our applications for the fall are already open. You can apply on our website for free, or you can apply via the Common App. That will also be free as well. We have 2 different application types. So those are going to be test optional and traditional. So if anybody wants to know the difference between those 2, feel free to send me a message and I can explain that further. And then I just want to put up my contact information real quick in case anyone needs it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carolyn, for presenting on Point Park. All right, before we head to our 3rd school today, I just want to remind all of our attendees to keep an eye on the chat throughout the event today. Our representatives are going to be putting their contact information in the links to make it even easier for you to grab that and follow up after today. Because remember, 6 minutes is only a tiny peek at what every one of these schools has to offer. Also, that Q&A button, it's available for you to ask any questions to our panelists. You can leave a question for all of the schools to answer about a certain major or activity you're looking for, or you can direct a question to a specific representative by putting the name of their school with your question so they'll know that you'd like to hear from them. All right, well, now we're going to move on to our next school. We are going to be learning about Towson University.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Kayla Miller. I'm one of the Senior Assistant Directors here at Towson University. Right now I'm located in Maryland, but I'm actually moving up to Pennsylvania next month. So I will be a regional in the area. So really convenient, especially if you'd like to meet in person I'm doing a lot of high school visits this year as well, virtually in person. So hope to meet some of you seniors and juniors out on the road. So a little bit about TU. We are located not too far away. We're right down in Maryland. So a lot of our students from Pennsylvania love that it's not too far, but it's also not too close to home as well. You can see we are a medium large size public institution. We have just over now 23,000 total students. Pre-COVID, we had students from all 50 states, as well as a pretty large international population as well. We are really diverse. I ask students all the time, from out of state, what made you choose TU? And a lot of the times it is because of the location. They like that we are a suburban campus. We're not too far from Maryland or from Baltimore. We're about 20 minutes outside of the city. So very easy access to Baltimore, DC, and we also do have lots and lots of schools within the area. So there's also Loyola, Johns Hopkins, with over 100,000 college students just in Baltimore City and Baltimore County alone. So lots of college students and young professionals. These are just a couple of pictures of our city of Towson that is within walking distance to our university. So we have the Towson Town Mall, our movie theater, Towson Hot Bagel, my favorite place to eat during the week, is right there. So again, about a 10-minute walk. Going into our academics, we have tons of different majors and options. We are a true liberal arts university, but we were actually founded as a small teachers college way back in the 1800s. We still produce the most teachers in the state of Maryland today. Not only is education really large, but also business administration, psychology, forensic chemistry, and then exercise science kind of make up our top 5 majors. Lots growing as well in the health professions, occupational therapy, speech pathology, and nursing are some of our more popular majors, as well as general biology. We do offer students smaller classes, so that is something that makes us a little bit unique than some other larger state public schools, is going to be that we do have a smaller class size. Around 20, 30 students is pretty average when you're looking at any of our classrooms. Also in our honors college, those class sizes shrink down to about 10 to 12 students. So that's a really small way of even making our school feel a little bit not as large. For student life and events, we have homecoming weekend coming up this Saturday, so that's really exciting. We have tons and tons of opportunities for you to get involved, whether that's studying abroad, joining a sports team, the dance team, the marching band, community service. We have a big involvement fair as well as that job fair each semester. And then our retention rate, which I always like to share, is usually about 85% each year, right around that range. So that really shows you that students coming here are not transferring out, they're not leaving, they're academically happy, financially, and socially as well. Just a couple of pictures of our residence halls. We have lots of students living on campus. So we allow students to live on campus the first 2 years, 18 different style residence halls, as well as 18 style options for dining. I'm a really big foodie, so food is important to me. So having those options. And then going into our internships, and really, why are you going to college? It's an expense. So you want to make sure that you are having a job after graduation. Lots of our students stay in the area working because we have the cities so close to us. So these are just a couple of statistics I'll let you review. And again, we have tons of hospitals in the area, Amazon, we have T. Rowe Price, Pandora headquarters, Under Armour headquarters. So lots and lots of great relationships that our Career Center staff is building throughout the years to make sure that we can have our Towson students known and wanted in the area. So getting into Towson, just a little bit about the admissions process I want to go over. Lastly, we are part of the Common Application. So that's the best way to apply to us. It's free that way. You can also apply to us using our application on our website. If you'd like to apply to the Honors College, you will be able to note that on your application. And then we are rolling admissions, so accepting applications now. You'll see through December 1st, that is our early action, as well as our honors and merit scholarship deadline. Our averages last year, a weighted GPA is right around a 3.6. So really looking for that true A, B student. We'll look at upward trends. If you're taking AP, IB, honors courses, dual enrollment credits, and we really do a holistic review. So also looking at your essay, letters of recommendation, and last but not least, test scores. For SAT, ACT, we are test optional for seniors this year. So through fall 2022, the average SAT last year was about an 1130, and then average ACT about a 23 average. Just a reminder, if you are a senior, make sure you complete your FAFSA. That has opened on October 1st. So do that as soon as possible. And then here is my information. I'll leave up for a second. I'll also put this in chat. So don't hesitate to reach out to me if you're interested in Towson. We'd love to have you visit. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Kayla, for presenting on Towson. We're on to our next school. We are going to hear next from DeSales University.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for having me. Just a moment while I pull up my presentation. All right, so welcome everyone again. My name is Brianna McGraw. I am an admissions counselor at DeSales University. I'm happy to share what we have to offer with you this evening. So a little bit about DeSales, just basic information. We are a very small private Catholic liberal arts institution. We have only about 1,700 traditional undergraduate students on campus currently. So we're very, very small, very academically focused, and you're definitely going to get a very individualized one-on-one approach when you attend DeSales. We do have overall a greater student body of close to about 3,200 students if you factor in all of our graduate programs and our adult learning programs. With such a small university, you are, of course, like I said, going to be in a much more individualized, personalized experience. So your average class size is only going to be about 20 students. Your professors will all know you by name. You'll never just be a number at DeSales. We also, again, with how academically focused we are, we have great resources for our students because we want you to succeed academically. So we have a really strong academic success center on campus that's a very transformative approach for mentoring and tutoring our students. So any help that you need along the way, transitioning from high school to college can be challenging for everyone, understandably, but they have this amazing resource for you on campus where you can go for, whether it's just tutoring or reviewing one of your papers for a class, or they also have an academic coach that helps with some of the more intangible skills when you make that transition to college, like time management and reading comprehension. Our student to faculty ratio is also very small, with only 12:1, and all of our students also are going to be paired with a faculty advisor within their respective major. So you'll never just be paired with some random other professor that you never get to work with. It is going to be one of the professors that knows you really well in your classes. Additionally, we don't have any teaching assistants on campus at DeSales. All of our professors are experts in their subject matters. So 87% of our faculty on campus hold the highest degree attainable in their field. A little bit about our different majors and the programs that we offer. We have 7 different colleges or divisions on campus. What we are probably best known for are our healthcare programs. So we have a really strong nursing division with options to go on to graduate programs with over 15 options as MSN and DNP programs. We're also very well known for our accelerated direct entry physician assistant program, our accelerated direct entry doctor of physical therapy program, and new to us this year, we're also starting an accelerated master's in speech language pathology. But in addition to those programs, we have a great business division, really strong performing arts division for theater, dance, and TV film students, a strong education program, math and computer science, other humanities and liberal arts, including criminal justice, just to name a few. In terms of campus life, if you're not too familiar with the area in which we're located, even though you're all hopefully Pennsylvanians, we're located in Center Valley, Pennsylvania, which is part of the Lehigh Valley, which happens to be the 3rd largest metropolitan area in the state of Pennsylvania. So we're right behind Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. And with that, it's a rural campus, as you can see behind me. This is our campus. We're on over 500 acres. So you have a really quiet, serene campus experience, but within about 5 minutes drive in any direction, you're in a more metropolitan area. So we have a really strong campus activities board to keep things lively, even though we're kind of surrounded by cornfields. Over 50 different clubs and organizations on campus, different classes and events every single night of the week on campus, as well as shuttles to take you to different local malls and events and things like that. We also have a very strong Center for Faith and Justice on campus. So if you are interested in volunteer work, giving back to the community, look no further. We are very big into giving back at DeSales. And of course, we also have club and intramural sports on campus available for students that don't want to be quite as involved as with varsity athletics. In terms of residence life at DeSales, all students are guaranteed housing for all 4 years of their undergraduate studies. And we do also have graduate housing available for any of our grad students. All of our residence halls are what I like to say suite style or better. So we have suite style residence halls for our underclassmen students, and then apartment style dorms for upperclassmen, which even have kitchens, full living areas, even a washer dryer in those units. Another nice perk of our residence life at DeSales is we have a full-time housekeeping service that comes and sanitizes and cleans your dorm room every 5 to 7 days. All of our individual dorms are also temperature controlled individually, so you will never have to fight over the thermostat with a whole floor of other students. And we're also a very safe campus. So we have a full-time police force, although it's typically not needed, really just here to help, change a tire or something like that. And most importantly, freshmen can bring a car on campus starting day one as a student, so you can get around and get to know the Lehigh Valley area a little bit better. We have great travel opportunities at DeSales as well. Costs are subsidized by the university, so it's usually just the cost of your airfare and spending money, but it's very affordable for students to travel, whether it's a study abroad program for a full semester, hybrid courses, spring break trips that are more recreational. Of course, we have service trips. As I mentioned, we love to give back. And then all of our athletic teams at the varsity level take students abroad, typically at least once every 4 years as well. Jumping back to athletics, we are Division III. We represent most well-known sports teams and also relatively new to DeSales. We also have sports available. So if you are a big video gamer, definitely reach out to us because they're always looking for new recruits. And just really quick to our application checklist, we are on the Common App or on our website. We are fully test optional for this fall. Application is open, and I'll just jump ahead to my contact info and I'll send that in the chat as well. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Brianna, for sharing DeSales tonight. We're on to our next school. We'll be hearing from Eckerd College.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Steven. I'm an admission counselor at Eckerd, and I'm going to share my screen really quickly. All right. So, that's a slide too early. Here we are. So here's an aerial shot of campus. We are located down in Florida on the Gulf Coast in St. Petersburg. This is a picture of our geographic reach. So I know we are quite a ways from Pennsylvania, but as you'll see here, we draw on quite the bit of a country, and our students are on average traveling about 1,000 miles from home. So it is quite the norm that you show up on campus not knowing anyone else. So don't be discouraged if you don't know anyone at Eckerd or anyone applying to Eckerd. Also, this is our academic calendar. It's a 414. So that, each number value is emblematic of how many courses you'll be taking in a specific term. So for instance, in the fall, you'll be taking 4. The month of January, which is our winter term, you'll be taking 1, and then the spring 4. However, your first year will look a little bit different. It'll be more of a 144. So instead of a winter term, you'll be taking an autumn term. And this serves as an orientation period. So, during this period, all first year students will be here on campus, and it'll just be first year students. And of course, with faculty and staff is there as well, but you'll be taking your first college course, which will be a semester course meshed into 3 weeks. So in class every day. And outside of the classroom, you'll be going to different orientation events or seeing speakers and all that stuff. And we find that helpful. One, because our students are coming from such a far ways away. But really just before the fall semester hits and you get really busy really quickly, to already have a college course under your belt and be oriented to college level thinking and know your way around campus and have some friends as well is really helpful for our students. This is a picture of all the areas of study we offer, so feel free to take a picture if you'd like. So I'll be moving on here in a second, but everything marked by an asterisk is offered only as a minor. That said, marine science is our flagship major. We're one of the most competitive marine science programs in the country, but we are also a liberal arts college. So that shows the breadth here on the screen. Now, this is our beach on campus. It's called South Beach. So students really like to come here, hang out, watch sunsets, take a break from homework, throw the Frisbee, whatnot. Also pictured here is a dog. So we were actually the first college in the States to allow dogs on campus, and that really proliferated to a whole range of pets. So most all pets are welcome. So it's not uncommon to see students walking around with a parrot on their shoulder or a snake wrapped around their body and whatnot. But and then if you follow this sidewalk down, you'd end up at the waterfront, which is one of the most extensive collegiate waterfront programs in the country as well. Pretty much you name it, we have it. A bunch of different types of sailboats, kayaks, paddleboards, even wakeboarding trips. They have slots you sign up for every month or every week. I'm sorry, and different camping gear, and let students lead camping trips out of it as well, all to the different springs and rivers, and even down to the Everglades as well. So moving to the application. So we are part of the Common App, and we also have our Eckerd specific app. We'll need an official transcript. We are test optional this year. We need one letter of recommendation from an academic source, so be that a teacher or a guidance counselor. And then we also offer not only rolling admission, but early action, which is different than early decision. It's non-binding. So it really just guarantees you a decision by the 15th of December, as long as you make the deadline, which is the 15th of November. Actually, I'm going to go back here real quick. So I don't have a slide here showing it, but I do like to note our sticker price last year was $61,000 a year, which is quite high. And that's a number you'll see with small liberal arts colleges. But Eckerd is pretty good about scholarships. So 97% of our students are on scholarship, and the average student is receiving just north of $39,000. And again, that's just everything Eckerd is giving you. So you can stack that with FAFSA and outside scholarships as well. Now, we are also a member of the Colleges That Changed Lives, which is based on a book that Lauren Pope wrote. And I'd like to stick this quote in here because of the partial disposition of the presentation. But Eckerd College Pope is quoted saying, "Eckerd College might seem like the perfect spot for an easy college career. 4 years marked by sun, surf, and sand. But if you're looking for a vacation, you should enroll elsewhere." And that's highlighting that, yes, it's a really fun time. We have beach on campus. Also, I didn't mention this, but 90% of our students live on campus all 4 years, actually, highlighted by the location of the campus, cost of living on campus, and just the whole community there, which is really close-knit and accepting community. Anyhow, speaking to all of that, our students are also very academically motivated and driven. So if you're looking and you see the beach and you want to just maybe not go to class and hang out on the beach, it might not be the best spot. That is my last slide. So thank you all for listening, and I will include my information in the chat.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Stephen, for presenting on Eckerd. All right, so we want to give everyone a chance to, all of our attendees, to get contact information from the chat for all of our representatives to make sure they've been able to add their information, and also to give a little bit more time to think about possible Q&A questions that our attendees may want to ask. So we got a question, we had one question pop in, and it was able to be answered by our representatives. So we hope that our attendees will think of a few more. While we're doing all those things, I would like to invite each of our representatives to come back on screen together. We're going to do a live Q&A question, a couple questions. So I have those all queued up. We'll go in the exact same order that you presented in. So we'll start with the University of British Columbia, and then we'll wind our way to Eckerd. When the person ahead of you finishes, you are then able to just jump in and turn on your microphone and answer the question. So a little more free flowing than we had for the start. So our first question that we're going to begin with today is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
this is a
good.
great time for you to really think about what you want. I think people are very quick to throw their opinions out there about where you should go because this major is good, because your family did that or whatever. Really just think outside the box, think about what makes sense to you. This is probably the most control you'll ever have over a decision in your life, making the exact right fit for you.
I would say don't be afraid to ask questions. It's a very difficult time when you're applying for colleges. And if it's your first time, most of you, it's going to be, your first time if you don't have siblings already going through the process. No question is a dumb question. That's exactly what we are here for as admissions counselors. We're here to answer any questions, make sure you're fully prepared. So don't be afraid to reach out to your counselors and ask those questions.
So I think my advice would be visit as much as you can. I know I thought I wanted to go somewhere and that changed halfway through senior year. So I think visiting more than once, maybe more than twice, all the better. And when you are on campus, really don't be shy. Take advantage of the current ambassador, that student showing you around, because they're the ones that are kind of really living and breathing that school's culture. So don't be afraid to ask those questions.
I definitely encourage my students to keep an open mind as much as possible. Just like you said, Kayla, you might have an idea in mind of the type of university you think you want to attend, but it might take actually, getting to experience a different type of environment to really be able to see yourself there. So don't limit your options, explore everything that's out there. Again, like you said, also try to go out and visit as much as you can.
Yeah, and I think I would end saying that, you're going to college to study, get an education, and get a job. So hopefully, or maybe not hopefully, but you might have a major in mind, but don't let that be the only directing, consideration, because oftentimes you will switch your major in school. So, of course, pay attention to which majors you really want to strive for, but also pay attention maybe to the location of the school. Is that somewhere you want to be for 4 years or more? The campus life or the professors there. So just make sure to look into, every aspect of the college, like the clubs and everything like that.
Awesome. That is such great advice. And for our attendees or those watching later, these are the pros. They have so much information to share and advice to help you, not just in getting to know their campuses, but also navigating this whole process too. I do realize that before I started the Q&A, I did forget to make one announcement. So I wanted to do that right now for all of our attendees so they would know that we did find out during the presentation that Kutztown University was not able to join us tonight, and they're very sorry about that. But I do hope you'll head to their website, check it out, reach out to their admissions office to ask questions, to explore, and get to know what they have to offer as well. All right, so we are going to go to our second question. So I'd love to hear from each of you in the same order again. We've shared so much information, it goes by so quickly, but what is the one thing that you really hope those watching will remember about your school and take away from today for that impression? So Chris, start us off again.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we are a large institution, I didn't mention we have so many opportunities to get that experience outside the classroom. You do have that sort of ranking if that matters to you, but really, remember that we have 2 campuses. So if a 46,000 student campus is too large, we do have a mid-sized one. So just know that there are different environments where you have access to all of those same resources.
The biggest takeaway about Point Park is that we are rolling admissions, and you will receive a merit scholarship of up to $22,000 just for applying.
I think what I would want you to remember about Towson is the location, the charming location right outside of the city in the suburbs. Lots to do when it comes to internships and that real world experience. And then also just kind of socially as well in the area.
I would hope that you remember that DeSales is a really small community type feel. Again, being such a small university, having smaller classes, having more individualized attention from your professors, it really does make a big difference.
I was gonna pretty much echo Brianna there with DeSales, so I'll pivot and say that you're allowed to bring your pets to campus.
That That is awesome. Oh, well, it looks like actually we've had a quick change. We've actually had a representative from Kutztown arrive today. So if the rest of our representatives wouldn't mind, I'd like to end with this presentation, but also if our representatives need to leave by the time this ends, I would like to thank you for participating in the Q&A. And if you do need to depart, please feel free by the end. But if you don't mind, I would love to, since we've had this awesome change in plans, and I'd love to get to all schools to present. So thank you, everybody. Hi. If you'd like to start your 6 minutes, and Kutztown University, we're so glad you're able to join us. We thought you were not able to do so today.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yes, I'm filling in for my director, Krista, who is a little ill. Well, her child's ill, and so I'll be filling in.
We understand. All right. So, John Ray, if you want to take it over right now and start your 6 minutes, go right ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, hello. My name is Don Ray Bennett, Assistant Director of Admissions with Kutztown University. We are located about an hour to an hour and a half outside of Philadelphia, less than 2 hours outside of New York, about 2 hours to Baltimore, and 2.5 to DC. We do have 4 colleges in which over 130 different majors are found, and as a result, we typically have a track for every area or career that you're looking to get into. We're most known for education, creating teachers, as our teaching certificate does cover 48 of the 50 United States. Our art program, visual art program, is top 100 in the nation, as well as our computer science program, which is a 5-year accelerated master's program that has garnered the attention of the National Science Foundation. And as a result, we do have scholarships, full tuition scholarships that are for those majors in particular. Anyone really related to STEM, but more specifically computer science and or mathematics. Additionally, we're considered a medium-sized school with about 8,000 students, making us a medium-sized university with students coming from all over the world and all over the country. We do have an average class size, more or less akin to high school size, with about 24 different or 24 students in there. Now, with respect to the other colleges we have on campus, the College of Business is AACSB accredited, which is renders us as a top 5% College of Business in the world, and something that we do stand firm on. We provide more than 7 different internships as well as job opportunities via our College of Business and the other majors as well, predominantly there. With respect to the liberal arts and sciences, this is our biggest area of study, and that includes everything from STEM, such as pre-med, where 96% of our students get into their first choice med school, up through our social work program, which is also a 5-year accelerated master's program. Psychology and criminal justice are the 2 more popular majors on our campus, and it's something that we are very proud of. And the coup de grace here is that our students get an opportunity to actually do research with professors over the summer, if they so choose to stay up and work with the likes of that telescope you see on your screen, which NASA uses as a backup, up through the micron electronics microscope, which is utilized by the likes of MIT. And finally, I'd like to mention the fact that our meal program is very unique in that it is all you care to eat, 24/7, unlimited meal program, which is the basic meal program. We will not allow for food to be a reason why students are not successful in college. And so that's the basic meal program you can eat at any given time. And so please note that we have ample scholarships and whatnot for students interested in attending Kutztown, and 2 open houses coming up in the very near future. And I do ask that you look at possibly attending if you can. And that is on October 30th and November 20th, our 2 remaining open houses. You can register at kutztown.edu/visit us, or simply follow us on Instagram and get all the details there as well. DM us at admissions_Kutztown, where you will have the ability to DM us with direct questions and or win giveaways, as we always have them on a weekly basis, pretty much: beanies, hoodies, shirts, hats. And on some Thursday nights, we do have Dine with the Director, where you and parents are able to converse with the Director of Admissions, as well as a guest. Each week it's a different guest. It could be the Dean of Students, it could be the Director of Student Success, and you can go right back and forth with questions and interact with them accordingly. So that's Kutztown University. In a nutshell, we are found in the southeastern part of PA, and you can find more information out at kutztown.edu, www.kutztown.edu. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, John Ray, for presenting on Kutztown. We are so happy you're able to make it and going to make this a real 6x6 tonight. So now that we've reached the end of our time together, I just wanted to, first of all, thank everyone for joining us, for being here, for all of our representatives, for sharing not just facts and figures, but just your excitement, your passion for the college search process, for your school, for the opportunities that students have in and out of the classroom. When you close your window, for everyone who's attending, you are going to be linked to a very quick 5-question survey, and we would appreciate and love any feedback that you provide. We really thank you for taking the time to be with us tonight, whether this is live or you've watched this on a replay. We hope that this is inspiring you. You've learned about 6 great schools with more to offer than they can even share in this tiny little tidbit. So we hope that you're going to follow up, ask questions, and really explore everything these schools have to offer to help you in your college search and decision. Also, remember that there is more programming for Pennsylvania students. We hope that you're going to be signing up for more sessions to learn about more great schools, and that you will also go back and check out some of the different session recordings. Just like today's session, all of these presentations are being recorded, and they're going to be at that same website where you're able to sign up and register, and that is strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Again, thank you everyone for spending time with us, and best wishes in this upcoming year for you. Have a great night. Bye.